Hi there, I'm Sarah Rankin. Welcome to the Ideal Home Show YouTube channel. Today we're diving into the beautiful world of seasonal cooking, where local produce meets comforting flavours to create dishes that truly celebrate the time of year. Whether you're cooking for family or friends, or just looking to feel more connected to your kitchen, I'm going to walk you through some easy seasonal swaps that are going to make your meals sing. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a new recipe or tip here on the Ideal Home Show. Right guys, we're going to make a super simple, really quick, seasonal carrot top pesto. Now, normally pesto you would use basil, but actually most people don't realise you can use any green herb you've got at all. So I'm going to use these carrot tops. Again, that's really a nice way of not wasting produce. So if you buy them like this, I got these in my farmer's market. My local farm shop rather, and these are, normally you would chop these off and throw them away, but they've got bags of flavour. Give them a really good wash first. Carrots are grown in sandy soil, so they can be a little bit crunchy, so make sure you give them a good wash. So we're just going to trim them up a little bit of stock in there is fine, lots of vitamin C in that, and a nice bit of extra texture, so don't stress about that too much. And all you need to do is just really roughly chop them. You want a little bit of texture in them. Now, you can do this in a blender, but make sure you kind of pulse it. So if you do it too fast in the blender, sometimes it can just become a little bit too broken down, and you want a little bit of texture in that. It can just be a little bit too much of a paste, which you don't want. We want a bit of texture and a bit of crunch, bit of interest for the palate. So just chopping these up really roughly. There we go. We'll get rid of them. And that is as simple as it is. So let's just pop those in there. Next, we're going to get a little bit of garlic. Now, you can certainly chop garlic. There's a school of thought for that, but I don't know why you would chop it when you can just grate it and it's much less messy. So get yourselves one of these little microplane things. Are great for zesting fruit and also chopping up your garlic like this without it being a massive pain. Now, I like it quite garlicky, so that's a big bat clove there, but you do you. So we got that in there. A little bit of lemon, I think, just to add freshness. So make sure you're just getting the yellow zest. You don't want any of the pith because that can be quite bitter. So again, I'm not prescriptive about these things. It doesn't need to be a particular volume, just as much of a flavour of it as you like. So, taste as you go. Decide if you want a little bit more lemon in it, then, do that. I've also got some really lovely Greek pita, just because that was the bread that was left in the cupboard. And that's very much the way you should be going with it. So I'm just going to cut that up. So whatever bread you've got, something that you can toast up is nice. Got some gorgeous Greek olive oil. Always use Greek. It's got a beautiful peppery flavour. This is a really incredible single estate one, which I love. So a wee bit of oil in your pan, just pop these in, and we want to get them a little bit crispy. So this is blackthorn salt. This is absolutely stunning salt. It's my favourite salt. It's from Ayrshire in Scotland. They've got this amazing graduation tower where they have blackthorn thorns, and the seawater comes off the Ayrshire coast, evaporates onto those thorns, and then they dry it and you get this incredible sea salt. Loads of really fabulous salt producers all over the UK, so use one that's close to you and you get a real flavour of your community. Right, that's done. I'm going to pour the olive oil in here, and again, it's all about what you think. So as loose or as thick as you like it. Give it a little stir up. Make sure you've got everything mixed in there. So I'm going to go for more oil in that. I think I want that quite wet. Smell is already great. Nothing like just garlic and lemon. Look at that. Fantastic. So we're going to add in a few more herbs. So I've got these gorgeous chives that I grew in the garden. These are edible, these flower heads. Really beautiful, really pretty in a salad as well, and a really lovely allium flavour. So we're just going to chop up a few of these. Just roughly. You want a bit of flavour in these. And these garden ones you'll find have got a lot more texture than the shop bought ones. They're a bit thicker, so there's a bit more of a kind of oniony flavour of them, which is really nice. So let's just stir that in there. And then we're just going to pop a few of these flowers in there. Looks pretty, tastes delicious. Let's just check how our bread's doing. Oh, nice bit of colour on there. You can grow herbs in a window box, in your kitchen, even if you don't have a garden or anything like that. Chives are really easy, and all herbs are really easy to grow. And it just adds so much freshness to anything you're making. A few fresh herbs. I'd say that's the thing that you can really do to elevate your cooking, is just have a few fresh herbs growing on the windowsill, and then adds colour and flavour to anything. So the next thing we're going to do is just add some Parmesan. Now this is optional, and you can have nuts in it as well. I don't have any nuts today, but I'm just going to do the Parmesan instead. But any cheese, any hard cheese will work. So whatever you fancy, you totally don't have to be slaving to a recipe with this. So just use whatever you've got. And as with all things, taste, taste, taste. So check the seasoning. I'm going to put a bit more lemon in that, actually. There's lovely freshness from those carrot tops. They've got a slight aniseed flavour, a little bit like parsley and aniseed. Bit more of that for freshness. And a touch more salt, and I think we're done. Let's just plate this up. Here we go. And you've got that olive oil just drizzling over that bread. Absolutely delicious. And maybe just a little bit more of that Parmesan to finish it off. Here we go, carrot top pesto. Eating within the rhythm of the seasons is really important. It's important for us in terms of our health and our well-being, but it's also important for the people who grow our food. So the farmers or producers who bring it to us, because they get it to us at the right time. They get it to us when it's in season. They get a better price for it. We get more nutrients out of it and access it more quickly because it hasn't had to travel around the world to get to us. So just in terms of how we look at food and how we purchase food, seasonality is really, really important. And that's why using farmers markets or your local farm shop can really help you to reconnect a little bit with those kind of ingredients that are really important. So we're just coming out now of the Scottish asparagus season, which is a huge celebration here. It's a criminally short season of only about maybe 10 to 12 weeks. They stop cutting on the longest day, 21st of June, and then you'll get it for maybe a week or so after that. It's an incredible product. We will get it probably within 24 hours of it being picked in the field. It will be out to our local farm shops on our other, my butcher sells it, for example, and we can pick that up. And it's nothing like the asparagus that we get in supermarkets, which tends to be from South America, so it has to be picked many weeks prior to when it's shipped to us. So that a lot of the nutrients are lost, a lot of the colours lost, the texture's lost. But this Scottish stuff is just fantastic. So the thing with seasonality is take that product and gorge on it every day that it's in season. Eat it all the time and then just put it away. And look forward to it with joy and anticipation next season, and just move on to whatever's next up. So next up, Scottish strawberries, Scottish berries are coming into season. We've already got our Fife and our Angus strawberries, which are incredible at the moment. And then we just move through the seasons like that. And you just really look forward to things when you eat more seasonally. They become a treat, they become special, and you're supporting the people who grow them. Celeriac is another great example of a really gorgeously warming and rich vegetable. So it is available all year round, but it is best in the autumn, late summer and autumn and into winter. It's underused criminally because it's absolutely delicious. So it's the root of a celery. It's really rich and creamy, unlike celery, which is obviously fresh and crunchy. It's got a really different flavour. It's incredibly ugly. It's a really kind of knobbly thing. But you put that aside, get it home. It works beautifully in purees because it's got so much richness, and it will work really well with a sort of seasonal meat. So something like a beautiful loin of venison, pan-fried with a celeriac puree with lots of butter and pepper. Absolutely delicious. So this is my cookbook, Kith, which, as you probably understood, is all about seasonal Scottish cooking. It's split into 4 seasons, and I tell you about what's in season at that time of year. Now, obviously, the seasons are different throughout the UK. So we're in Cornwall, spring starts. It's maybe 8 or 9 weeks before the north of Scotland will get the same spring. So those things, you know, come with a few weeks on either side, basically, in the seasonality list, but absolutely well worth just looking at that and then shopping a little bit more mindfully. So you've got that list of ingredients that works really well. I've also got hints and tips in there about making your life easier, kit that you should have, kit that you absolutely don't need to bother with in your kitchen. And basically for me, food is love. It's about caring for people through feeding them. And all of these recipes are about that. The book is called Kith because they're recipes from my Kith, from the people that I care about. So there's recipes from my mum, who's an amazing cook, from my grandma, who's an amazing baker, my mother-in-law, who's also fabulous, and recipes that I've cooked for people that I love and where we've shared around a table together. So it's just all about joy, really. So pick yourselves up a copy. I'm a private chef. I was a MasterChef Finalist and decided that I was going to completely change my career. And now I'm a food writer, write cookbooks. My next cookbook's coming out in October. It's called Feasts and it's about a series of curated menus. I also run cookery classes. I run supper clubs. We do pop-ups from my house in Perthshire. 10 people round a table. We do a 7-course tasting menu. It's all seasonal. It's all local. I try and get all my ingredients from within about a 30-mile radius of my home. I know all my suppliers personally. And so the food that's on the plate has such deep provenance, and that's very much part of the kind of cooking that I do. So I'd love to have you at one of my supper clubs. You can find out all the information about what I do at sarahrankincooks.com. So there's a section in my book, Kith, called Things of Beauty. And those are the little extra bits and pieces that can really elevate dishes. So little pickles, maybe some little pickled shallots, some turmeric pickled onions, little silver skin onions that have been pickled in turmeric. They're great. Pestos like the one we've done today. Lots of other different things that just add a little bit of extra oomph to your dishes. Don't need to be difficult, don't need to be complicated, but just something a little bit special. Thanks so much for watching and joining me in celebrating seasonal produce. If you'd like to see more of what I'm cooking, head on over to my Instagram, Sarah Rankin Cooks, or visit my website, sarahrankincooks.com, for recipes, tips and upcoming events. Remember to like, subscribe and explore the rest of the Ideal Home Show channel for more food, interiors and lifestyle inspiration.